September 23rd, 2007. Dear Diary, it is almost 5 a.m. I just came back from a barbecue bash. It was insane, bro. I got so shitty. I didn't have my own beer, of course. Hell, I barely had the gas to get there. But not having my own beer doesn't stop me from getting my fade on. I have a few techniques to it. The first thing I do when I go to any party, barbecue, whatever, I make sure to bring along an empty backpack, and I'll tell you why in a minute. I always show up late, okay? The party has to be in full swing if Lorne Dog is to get drunk. So I rolled up and I grabbed the backpack and I put 5 or 6 empty beer bottles in it. I threw it over one shoulder and I entered the party. As I made my way through the crowd of revelers, I was on the lookout for 2 things: unattended cases of beer and unattended preteens. So there I was, strolling and patrolling, when I ran into the host and hostess. We exchanged pleasantries, and I expertly shifted to the next stage of my plan. Gesturing to the backpack on my shoulder, I asked, "Do you folks have a fridge I can put these beers in? They're for everyone." Of course they did have a fridge, and when they offered to show me the way, I assured them I could find it, and I made a beeline for the promised land that was their fridge. You can probably put 2 and 2 together, but I'll go ahead and outline the final stage of my trickery. I arrived at the fridge and looked around for witnesses. Seeing none, I proceeded to unload my empties onto the kitchen counter. Next, I deftly slipped 12 full beers from the fridge into my pack. The entire heist took all of 5 seconds, and must have been a blur to anyone who may have seen me. When it comes to stealing beer from trusting individuals, I am straight up pro. And that's how I started the party diary. I was drunk AF by 11 p.m., wasted on a mix of beers, wine drank from half-full glasses misplaced by their owners, and liquor pilfered from a number of bottles stored inside a cabinet in the den. It's great to be young and alive, baby. I stuck it out until about 4 a.m., then proceeded to drive home, ping-ponging off of every car unfortunate enough to be parked on the road I took home. But I arrived safe and sound, which is really the most important thing. You know, I probably should write something in here about my old lady, Kayla. So let's rewind to yesterday morning. Let's see. Woke up at around 8:30 a.m., pounded 2 beers while glaring at the monitor. Why wasn't she there? I swear, diary, why do I even put in the effort? This is starting to feel as if I'm the butt of some kind of perverted prank. Like, look at me, I'm a living joke. Remember Amanda James, diary? Sure you do. The chick that tried to catfish me but couldn't because my sister figured her deal out? That girl was pathetic. She was only able to catfish me to the tune of about, $10,000 worth of Dale Earnhardt stuff. Anyways, what if Kayla was sort of pulling a similar scam, except instead of milking me for priceless NASCAR treasures, she was just trying to get a healthy collection of dick pics? No. That's bad. I shouldn't think like that. It's how rumors get started. You know, it starts with me momentarily lapsing into reality and catching a brief glimpse of our relationship under a spotlight. The thought I dread most becomes a frantic diatribe from what remains of the rational part of my brain. It screams, "You're 37, dumbass! She's 13! Where the hell is your desire for self-preservation? All sorts of alarm bells should be going off, you pathetic, ridiculous clown." Well, you get the point. Well, it's a moment like that that plants the seed of insecurity, and from that is born some irrational idea like Kayla may be part of an organization charged with rooting out kitty diddlers. Then I get caught up in the nightmare. I write it down in your pages. You then, tell it to the calendar. The calendar tells it to the notepad that's on the kitchen counter. It's a frickin' rumor mill around here. What? You know the notepad I'm talking about. Sure you do. It's the free notepad advert for that realtor, Sharon Beavers. Well, whatever, that's not important. My point is, What was my point? Oh yeah, Sharon Beavers. Beavers. You get it, diary? Like a woman, like a woman's, yeah, okay, you got it. So, yeah, I can't be suspecting Kayla of using me like man meat. It's hard, though, when I'm up at 8:30 drinking beer, waiting on her. Well, anyways, I ended up passing out in the chair. I woke up at 11 a.m. still sitting in the chair, but with my spine arched backwards, my head almost completely upside down, mouth agape, Bud licking the paste that forms on my tongue at night. He's a good boy. My back, though, was, God, in excruciating pain. I managed to make it to the medicine cabinet where I chugged a fifth of Jack and chased it down with 3 beers, all the while staring intently at the dormant Yahoo Messenger through the brilliant red eyes of a raging alcoholic. You know, this is the exact look I have when I do my finest thinking. Well, for example, I came up with a plan to get custody of Kayla, no strings attached. All I have to do is approach her parents and ask if I can run away with their daughter. How is that a stupid idea? Look, you're forgetting something, diary. They and I are cut from the same cloth. They are doctors, right? And I used to perform minor surgeries. I did it for like 3 years. You don't remember? Well, that's how I can say that we are on the same level, her parents and I. Plus, I have quite the silver tongue. I think I could win them over in no time. Then Kayla would be mine, free and clear. Although, if they wanted to know why I didn't still work in the surgical field, oh my God. I can see it all vividly, like it was yesterday. The horror. I had been performing all manner of otomies and ectomies for 8 days straight, working 12 to 13-hour shifts. I was on the final patient of the final day of my schedule. Oh, diary. It was supposed to be a breeze. I had done it smoothly hundreds of times before. But the DTs, man, the DTs kicked in, and I couldn't steady my hand. When I began to remove the funny bone, I touched the side, diary. I touched the side. To this day, I cannot forget the sound it made. It was like broken glass being ground into your ear. I dropped the tweezers and walked out of the room, never looked back. I don't remember the patient's name, Milton something, but every time I close my eyes, I still see the way his nose lit up like a Roman candle. You know, on second thought, I don't think I will bother contacting her parents. Yes, it is the Armstrong family tradition, but I can't do it. I won't do it. Where's my beer? Where is it? What did you do with my beer, diary? Wait, there it is. Whew. Boy, that almost got ugly. Let me pound the rest of this 12er. Hang tight. Beavers. Okay, focus, diary. God damn it. So I passed out shortly before noon. I woke up once more around 4:30 p.m. to find I had pissed myself. No big surprise. What was a surprise, however, is that Kayla had not been online at all. All day. Well, just as I was about to go straight up ballistic, my baby girl was online. Rose, kiss, smiley. It was then that the emotions built up in me came out as a confession that I am in love with Kayla. I told her. I told her I'm in love with her. The most glorious moment in my 37 years on this earth. A completely honest outburst which left me exposed, vulnerable. And Kayla, my beloved, she responded with words so amazing, so magical. Kayla replied, "For real?" And then we lost ourselves in our own world, inhabited by us alone. I disrobed, per my princess's request, until I didn't have anything on but a smile. She goes nuts for me when I chat nude with her. Eventually, I plan to get 8 cameras, each capturing my penis from a different angle, so that Kayla may look at whichever angle she desires, choosing from 8 separate feeds on her screen. Well, as our discussion continued, I happened to mention that I was leaving for my barbecue soon, and that's when the proverbial whip came out. Whoosh, whoosh. Are there going to be girls there? This kitten has claws, boys, believe me. I was thinking, bitch, hop up off my tip. We're not going to start playing the jealousy game. I just told you I'm in love with you. It's ridiculous. So things settled down a bit, but then Kayla drops this bombshell on me. She was going to Jess's house. Oh, but there's more. Derek was going to be there. God damn, I was so fucking jealous. I wanted to puke. I stepped off screen a moment so I could pummel the wall in the dining room. Along with the knuckles on both hands, I destroyed a 4-foot square section of drywall, pulverized it. Finally, after collecting myself, I got ready to go while continuing to chat with her. She is the love of my life, diary, and she will be the death of me. One last thing I guess I should mention, how do I say this? My penis? Well, it kept making its way out the front of my boxers. Yes, it does sound like something I would do intentionally, and I played it off as though I was doing it, but I wasn't. Every time I would tuck it in, 10 seconds later, I was on full display again. I know it sounds crazy, and I should probably let it go, but it was so out of character for my penis. You know what? Just forget I said anything, okay? I'm sure it was nothing. Anywho, this can of ceiling texture isn't going to shake itself. I'll talk to you tomorrow, diary. Good night.